And welcome inside the Backstage Pass. Happy Memorial Day weekend. We made it. What is it? Second quarter now of the year. Hard to believe 2024 is going to be halfway over here in about, 4 weeks? I still don't know where time is going. But our thanks this morning for two great interviews. If you missed them, Daryl Worley and the great Pam Tillis dropped by the show to talk about their latest projects. And, of course, out there still touring, still going strong. And make sure you guys check them out there. The sportsguyspodcast.com and, of course, KKTC True Country 99.9 and our friends at hightidecountry.net. Well, we're going to do a couple of afternoon, I guess late evening shows, however you want to call it, whatever the time slot is. And pleased to welcome in her latest single, Somewhere Along the Way, Nashville recording artist Bailey Taylor to the show. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me.
Well, good to be here, too, as well. Like I said, we got a back-to-back today, and, 4 shows in one day, so that's quite a bit of work out there, too. Well, I want to get to know you at the top here as far as the connection to music and kind of what drew you to it at the time. I guess everybody says, from a young age, it was either kind of in the family, not in the family, some friends did this or what have you. But, tell me your story and kind of how you got connected to it from an early age.
So I come from a musical family. My uncle, who has now passed, he was mainly known for his Christmas concerts, and he passed in 2016, but that would have been the 20th year mark of his Christmas tour that he did. He was well known in the tri-state area of like Pittsburgh, West Virginia, Ohio. And I just grew up watching him perform, and I knew at a young age that that's what I wanted to do. And I went to my parents probably a sophomore. Yeah, I was like 15. So sophomore in high school, and asked if they'd be mad if I did not go to college. And they couldn't have cheered me on more. They've always been so supportive, but my dad, he said, he was like, you are so talented and you'll be able to learn so much in the 4 years out in the real world than you will probably learn in 4 years of school. So, and the money, he was great. He was very happy about that. He was like, going to pay for college. Great.
Yeah, great.
So I graduated high school in 2018 and I moved all on my own to the big city of Nashville. And it's history from there. But ever since I could talk, I feel like I was singing.
No doubt, too. That's pretty cool. And that's always, enough to say when you have to, get rid of like the job that everybody says you don't have to do. And kind of like that situation where, go to college. And it is, well, you know what? College is not for everybody. It's just not. And some people are just work driven or join the military. And me being a high school teacher as well, I tell them you got 3 options: go to work, go to college, join the military. That's about it when you graduate high school. And so for you, I commend you for chasing your dream and not having to settle for something that may or may not have worked out. And now you look back and the rest is kind of history. But was that a tough decision, or for you was it just like, full throttle, I'm cashing in all my chips, I'm going to go and I'm going to deal with the hard times and the rest is history?
It was definitely hard. I knew in my heart, though, I did not know, and I feel like sophomore, junior year is when you start looking at colleges, applying, taking like appointments or I don't know what they're called. I didn't do it, but visits, I guess. But I just never knew what I would want to do in college if it wasn't music. Like I didn't know. And I songwritten since I was 12, 13 years old. So I like could have gone for songwriting or business, but I just knew like if I moved here, I would just go straight into it and find my way on my own. But looking back, I'm grateful that I did, because it taught me so much, and it's who I am today is how I've grown throughout the years. But I feel like looking at my friends who did go to college, the one thing that I wish I had was the community and friendships that they had right when they got there. I feel like you're kind of set out to make friends when you're a freshman in college, but that's the one thing I did struggle with moving here on my own. And I was 18, so I couldn't go to the bars. I felt very lonely at first, but looking back, I'm very happy I did it. And I don't think I wasted any time.
That's good. I like that too. Just chasing your dream. And I commend you for that too, to be able to get out there and just do what you love to do. Songwriting since 12. I think I was outside throwing sticks and playing with dogs and cats and whatever in the country doing what we did. My brother and I too as well was not even a great songwriter. Couldn't even barely make things rhyme, much less write a poem out there. I wasn't that creative. So you guys in the creative arts industry, which we're in music, I commend you for doing that. Hey, let's talk about this latest single, and then we're going to backtrack to some songs that came out before, but I really love this one. I loved Somewhere Along the Way, which came out May 10th. And tell everybody about this one, a good backstory.
Kind of going along of what I just said. So I turned 25 last on the 14th. So a few days after. It was very intentional the day I wanted to release it, being right before my 25th birthday. But when I wrote it back in November with two good girlfriends, Avery Bilski and Lauren Eliza, it was like an emotional write. For some reason, I just went in, I was feeling like very nostalgic, reminiscing on like when I was a little kid and just realizing how much I've grown just as a person. And since I've been here, I feel like you look back through the years and you don't know like when something happened, but it did. Like when you look back, like everything's different, but you don't know like when it changed or when you grew or when you accomplished this thing or that thing. And I kind of just like opened my heart of like, I'm going on 6 years being in Nashville. And just like looking back at who I was when I first moved to now even is such a significant change. But I had the title Somewhere Along the Way, and it kind of just flowed. The whole song it came very naturally and easy to all three of us, but it's a special one to me. I love how true it is to me, and just, everyone grows at different paces, but you learn so much as you do grow. And I think that's important.
Yeah, I agree. No, I agree. And I tell you what's great about it is to hear a song like that, send a message to people and be about growth. And that's what I got from it too, as well, because of the things we learned in the past. And then we don't make the same mistakes before, but we go through every little instance in life to get to where we want to go. Yeah. And so you're right. The title was just like a great title. And because we've all said that Somewhere Along the Way, and it just made for a great song. So I don't know how.
Yeah. I look back at pictures and I'm like, I think of how I was like in a certain picture, and I'm like, I remember who I was when I took this picture, but now I'm like completely different in a good way. But it's just weird because all these like little moments in between like add up to big changes, and you just don't. Time goes by so fast, you don't realize how much changes.
It sure does, no doubt about it too. Can't, like I said, I believe we're halfway through the year, completely being over 2020.
I know when you said that, I was like, oh my gosh,
June is next week. I mean.
It's crazy. Like the ball drop.
Yeah, we ball drop, and next week is the last week of May.
Yeah,
something's up out there. It's crazy. Hey, I got a chance to check out a lot of great music out there, but especially November 2022, Christmas Love. You kind of put a lot of cool holiday cheer into some of these songs, like One Wish and Your Last Name, and some stuff out there. Talk about just going that side of it from the countryside a little bit too, and of course anything you can say country pop or rock, whatever you want to call it. It's all the same. It runs together too. It's great music. Is great music, no doubt. But taking your own spin and putting a Christmas album out, was that fun?
It was very fun. The whole process. Like I said, I grew up watching my uncle perform Christmas, talk about Christmas. And when I knew I wanted to do music for a living, I always grew up listening to country because my mom and dad, that was like their go-to on the speakers. But I loved seeing just the joy and happiness of watching my uncle perform Christmas and just the time of year. I love just the time of year of Christmas. I think it's something, there's like magic in the air, which I have a song about that. But it was so fun. And I got to write, so I said he passed in 2016, and I got to write the 7 songs with my cousin, who was his son, and the drummer in his band. So he would drum for his dad, and just writing those songs, knowing his dad, my uncle, was up there just beaming and just so proud of us, was a really cool feeling to have him be a part of it too. But I think we covered everything Christmas can be about on the album. We have 7 originals and then 3 of my favorite Christmas classics. But I think it's a joke now because I'm like, I don't think I can write another Christmas song. I think we covered it all.
You covered it all. I loved it too. Your Last Name was one of my favorites that you had put on there too. I thought that was a great message because we all remember, again, who we are, where we come from. And that song just kind of said it, especially that time of year, to say we're going to spend time with family, friends, and the last name is kind of, that's sometimes you think about it, that's what you have. That's all you got.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I love that one too. Like I said, when you put that one on there too, and of course, Wrap Your Problems Up and The One Wish and some of the original stuff, and Back to the Magic's the one you're referring to off the album there from Christmas Love there too. Hey, tell us about, before I take a time out and do a break here, tell us about another single that came out before somewhere along the way, Heartbroke. I want to know all about that one.
Heartbroke, that's a fun one. I wrote that with my best friend Kaylin Robertson and our good friend Liam Slater. And when we went into the write, she had actually brought the title, and she was like, "It's a simple title, but I want it to be happy." And we were all like, "How do we make Heartbroke something so tragic, a happy song?" And when she explained it, it came, and that was another one. It came together so easily and natural. We were all in serious relationships, so we were all able to pour in our experiences, our own personal feelings, and it's just about loving someone so much. I always say this, not in a dangerous way that you would do anything for them, but just when you have found the one and you just love that person so much that you would do anything for them. And sometimes that means giving everything away just to be with this person. So I like it because it's kind of like you'd go heartbroken. You love them so much that you would be hurt for them. You would hurt with them. Or just you would literally lose everything to just be with them. So that's a fun one. I do love that one.
Great. No, it's a great tune out there too. So again, all these songs we're talking about today from Bailey Taylor. Make sure you guys log on out there too. Visit the websites and the social media and wherever you stream your music out there. We got to take a time out. Of course, CMA Fest, we're going to be there. Probably going to run into Bailey there from June 6th to 9th, somewhere in there too. Brickshore's doing Brickshore Media too. Great company out there too. Nicole Zeller doing a great job. Having a big event coming up. I believe it's on the 6th. We'll try to get down there from 11 to 5. It's Hard Rock Cafe. So make sure you guys are getting tickets out there. If you don't get tickets, we're going to make you feel like you're there on KKTC, True Country, 99.9, HighTideCountry.net. Live on the Sports Guys podcast.com too as well, and the YouTube channel. We're going to come back and talk about another one of my favorites, What's Breaking Yours, from Bailey Taylor here on the Backstage Pass. Of course, we'll take a timeout. The CMA Fest sponsors more with Bailey Taylor. It is the Backstage Pass. Stay tuned. We'll be right back too as well. As soon as we roll these commercials here, just got to click a button, right? That's all we got to do. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
The Bangtail Pour is comprised of a sweet corn mash base. The front has a subtle sweetness and not too sharp. It has notes of a medium char or white oak for a smoky flavor in the middle, and the tail has a super smooth and warm finish.
The Caden Gordon Show, today's best country mix, is a 2-hour show playing independent and mainstream country music you know and love. Be sure to check it out at thecadengordonshow.com for more information on the show.
Go behind the scenes with some of the biggest artists in music today with the Backstage Pass, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. Join Brandon Morrill and his co-host Kirsty Krause as they talk to rising stars and legends about their music careers. Listen to their latest tracks and learn fun facts about the men and women behind the music you love. And be sure to tune into the Backstage Pass Monday through Friday from 3:30 to 6:30, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. And welcome into the Backstage Pass. And back here on the show, Bailey Taylor joining us here on the Backstage Pass. Of course, another great show we're looking forward to. We're not going to be there in person, but it is the Summer Concert Series, June the 1st. If you've never been to a beautiful town called Fredericksburg, Texas, it's just beautiful up there. It's wine country, and it's the Crockett House Beer Garden is where the show's going to go down. Next week, we'll talk to Mo Bandy, the legend, and, of course, Wade Hayes and the State Line Band coming up there. Live music for the Full Circle Moments, LLC.com to get tickets out there, too. Our friends at Full Circle Moments do a great job in the mission to offer the unique entertainment experience for music lovers, providing live music entertainment that fosters faith, family, friends, and fun. Again, Full Circle Moments, LLC.com. Our good friend Merlene Cox, always a great friend here to the program. It's fun for the whole family. Bring the kids, Wade Hayes, Mo Bandy, and the State Line Band. Doors at 6:30. Show starts at 7:30 in Fredericksburg, Texas on June the 1st. Back here with Bailey Taylor on the Backstage Pass. Of course, CMA Fest just a couple of weeks out. We'll be there June the 6th to the 10th, having a good time. Fanfare X, doing a lot of great interviews in that media room. Come by and say hi, and, of course, out there, too, as well at some of the stages, Nissan, and the whole 9 yards there, too, CMAfest.com, and download the Connect app right now. So let's talk about this one, What's Breaking Yours? I think I got the gist of this back in January when this was released. I love this song, too.
Thank you. I love this one as well. this is a true story. I put it on TikTok if you heard it there, but
Mhm.
I was on a flight with my fiance and we sat down next to a girl who I noticed she had been crying. And at first I didn't know she was crying. And then like 5 to 10 minutes in, she was crying. And I was like, it was like that awkward moment of like, we've been here for 10 minutes and she's been crying the whole time, but I didn't know. So is it too late to be like, hey, are you good? But I ended up just asking her, I was like, hey, is everything okay? And she said, yeah, but she didn't make eye contact. And I just know like nothing or everything wasn't okay. But also I'm a complete stranger, so I don't think I'd be pouring my heart out to a stranger either on a plane. But I just felt so bad for her. And I was, like I said, a complete stranger. And I just wanted to wrap my arms around her because I've been that girl before on a flight, leaving loved ones behind, living in Nashville away from my family. And it's hard feeling like you're all alone on a flight. But I came back from the trip and wrote this song with my best friend, Kaylin Robertson. And I put it on TikTok trying to find her, and we still have yet to find her. But I still have hope that we are going to find her. But through the process of trying to find her and posting it on TikTok and social media, I realized that there are so many girls and just guys even that have been in that situation or have been hurting and no one speaks up or asks them if they're okay. And it broke my heart, but it was also a special feeling to see that this song was helping people tell their stories and just relate to it. So yeah, the song itself tells its story, but I do love this one, and I still have hope that we're going to find her.
I think we'll find her, no doubt about it too. Cross your fingers and keep that hope up. All right, back to 2023. A couple we'll touch on here. One of the first ones is What If? I thought that was a unique tune too as well. Really kind of brought out your artistry and your sound. Tell us all about that one.
Thank you. What If? Everything I put out is true to me. It's either something that has happened. It's very personal. But this one, I got engaged not this past December, but last December.
Mm-hmm.
And just after I had been in a relationship before my now fiance, and just kind of reflecting on, like, kind of somewhere along the way, kind of reflecting on just how far I've grown this amount of time. And just like going through, I feel like everyone has the habit of being like, oh, like, what if this happened? Or what if I did this instead of this? And that's kind of like where I was. And I, not in a sad way of like missing him, but just like, wow, if I wouldn't have done A, B, and C, I would not be with the one that I love and the one that I'm now going to be marrying next month, which is crazy to say.
Crazy. Congrats.
Thank you. But it's kind of just, what if all these things hadn't have happened? Would we still be together? But then the second verse, it kind of flips and it's like, but thank God all those things did happen. And now I found the one who I'm supposed to be with. So yeah, that was another title. It was so simple. I was like, I want a song that's called What If? And my writers were like, okay.
We can put one together. Yeah, no doubt.
But yeah, that's the story on that one.
I love it. How cool is it to see, man, this latest girl power movement, women empowerment, to see maybe this is something that's long overdue. Bailey, I really love this what Lainey's doing, of course, and I talked to her here on this very show before all the blow up happened back in December of 2020. Told her she was going to get there, and at the time, she's one of the most humble people out there. But then you look at down the line, you can just list them all on two hands. I mean, Ashley Cook and Hannah Ellis and Carly Pierce and Ashley McBride and Megan Maroney. Yeah. I mean, this is a great time to be a female artist in country music from one women's standpoint.
Yes. I'm very, very blessed to be kind of following the path of the female artists who have come before me and kind of have paved the way for me, and just I feel like they are such good role models, even the ones that you just listed off. There are so many just genuine, humble, very talented female artists that I am able to look up to and just learn from. I really respect just Carly Pierce comes to mind, and Ashley Cook. I feel like they're very honest in their writing, and that's something I always try and be, so that I feel like I kind of guide or go towards them with like just like listening to their stuff, because I want to be that role model for someone else. I want to tell my stories and just be honest with where I'm coming and be who I am, because why be anyone else? So that's I feel like just being yourself is the key to this industry, honestly.
Well, it resonates more with fans, because fans can kind of see, what songs they like, and which artists they listen to by the authenticity, through it too. And that's what song I love it, because country music, and all genres do it, but especially country music, is some of the best storytelling songs in there too. Kind of like one that you guys put out last year too, Last Somebody Knew. I just love that title as well. Tell us all about this one.
That one is just as it says. It is about finding my fiance and just realizing that this is it. Like, this is the last guy that I will take home to meet my parents, the last first date, the last first kiss. And like that, something about that sentiment was really cool to really come to the realization of like getting engaged and, planning a wedding. And everyone prays that they only do it once. And I think it's a really cool thought of like, this is the first and the last time that I'll plan a wedding.
Sure. Yeah.
So,
no doubt.
Yeah. And I love that one. It's hard for me to write faster songs without coming off as like cheesy. And that one, I feel it's so much fun to play live. I really enjoy playing that one out. But yeah.
Well, hope we can get out and watch you play live. Like I said, if I get to that event up there at CMA Fest and what Brick Shore's doing, and if not, if we miss it, then of course we'll definitely catch you on the road somewhere out there one of these days to catch a Bailey Taylor live show, because I've been told by some people, I'm not going to name names in the industry, but it's one of the best live shows you can go to. It's energetic and it's upbeat and it's fun, and it's so just behind the scenes, the things you get told here in the music industry out there too. We'll take a timeout, come back, final segment with Bailey Taylor. Don't forget Tiffany Boy's coming up here in a little bit on the show about 4:30 Central Time today, and of course all the shows on KKTC True Country 99.9 between 6 and 7 o'clock Mountain Time, 7 days a week, and always at hightidecountry.net. If you're catching shows, you missed something, the Sports Guys podcast.com has got them all listed right there under the Backstage Pass tab, and make sure you go to the YouTube channel and subscribe out there too as well. We're back in a flash. A word from our CMA Fest sponsors. More with Bailey Taylor, KKTC True Country 99.9, and our friends at hightidecountry.net. Stay tuned.
The Caden Gordon Show is a 2-hour show playing the best in country music. So check it out at thecadengordonshow.com. Again, that is thecadengordonshow.com.
The Bangtail Pour is comprised of a sweet corn mash base. The front has a subtle sweetness and not too sharp. It has notes of a medium char or white oak for a smoky flavor in the middle, and the tail has a super smooth and warm finish.
Go behind the scenes with some of the biggest artists in music today with the Backstage Pass, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. Join Brandon Morrill and his co-host Kirsty Krause as they talk to rising stars and legends about their music careers. Listen to their latest tracks and learn fun facts about the men and women behind the music you love. And be sure to tune into the Backstage Pass Monday through Friday from 3:30 to 6:30, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. And welcome into the Backstage Pass. And don't forget the big show coming up June 1st at the Crockett House Beer Garden out there too, North Crockett Street in Fredericksburg, Texas, June 1st. Wade Hayes, Mo Bandy, the State Line Band, our friends at Full Circle Moments LLC.com for tickets. Check it out. And they're offering that unique entertainment experience for music lovers, providing that live music entertainment, fostering faith, family, friends, and fun. Merlene Cox does a great job out there too. Full Circle Moments LLC.com for tickets if you happen to be in the area. It's fun for the whole family out there too. And honestly, I've been to a show. Fantastic. Saw Chris Cagle there just last fall, and out there at Pedrati's Ranch in San Antonio, Texas. If you ever love the hill country or want to visit out there too, man, you cannot go wrong with all the good stuff down here that Texas has to offer. Doors at 6:30, show starts at 7:30, and Mo Bandy will be here on the show next week to talk about that very concert out there too. Back here with Bailey Taylor on the show. CMA Fest around the corner coming up here in just a couple of weeks. All right, we talked about the single Somewhere Along the Way. But I loved this song that was 2023, I believe this was when it came out, and this was just a beautiful rendition of a great country song that I thought if you guys are ever going to bring it back, it's just love it. Wildflower, love this song.
Thank you. That song is kind of my letter to younger me and just all the little girls dreaming to be where I'm at right now, or where Carly Pierce is, Carrie Underwood. I feel like, or honestly, with anything that they want to do, I feel like looking back on I do a lot of reflecting.
I do too. We all do. Yeah.
Looking back on my younger self, I feel like if I wish I had that song to listen to when I was dreaming and questioning if it was too big of a dream or if it was a silly dream, especially in high school. I feel like how we talked about, all my friends were taking the college path, and I knew I wanted to be here, but also at the same time, it's not the normal. It's not normal in today's society to not go to college. But I just knew in my heart that I wanted to be here, and I'm proud of myself for taking that step and moving here, but I also want other little kids who are looking up at me or just at their role models who they want to be to know that there's not a dream too big for them, and they can do it.
I love it too. Let's go back to a little further than that too. You like how just these chronological things, and if people don't know about the songs, and check them out across the streaming platforms out there, because they're all there wherever you do. I love Apple Music, but you guys can go do what you want to do when it comes to your own spin of things. Spotify is great too. It's just Apple Music's easier for me to navigate. A little bit old school from Bailey Taylor. Love and hate. Relationship similar, but relationship a lot different, no doubt.
Yes, love and hate. It's funny because everyone thinks it's a relationship. So when I wrote it, my dad thought it was about, I'm laughing because I remember him calling me and being like, you had me so like stumped in the beginning of that song, because he thought it was about my now fiance, who we have been together for over 6 years. He's the best. They love him. And when they first heard the first verse, my dad was like, she can't be talking about him. And then the chorus came and he was like, I knew it couldn't have been about, his name's Frankie. But that one was a special one to write. I wrote that not long after moving here, and I was very homesick. I feel like any 18-year-old moving away from their family 8 hours away would say the same. But I remember just feeling I guess homesick is the best word for that. I was very down when I first moved here. I mean, it was a whole new beginning, and I had no idea how to navigate it. I kind of just packed my things and they dropped me off, and I was on my own. But I loved the city for all the opportunities it's given me, but also I hate it because it is so far from my family. And I, as an artist or anyone chasing their dream, there are many sacrifices, and you miss out on a ton of memories with your loved ones. And I think it also just makes you cherish the memories that you do have in the moments that you do get to spend with them. But yeah, I love and hate Nashville.
I love and hate Nashville. I'll tell you what, you're chasing the dream, doing what you love to do. And honestly, man, nobody can fault you for that too at the same time. Just it's a blessing to do it. And honestly, like I said, with that old saying, you love what you do, you don't work a day in your life, even though that music business is very hard. Let me ask you about that as we get into some of the fun questions, but also this may not be as fun coming out of it. Give me some of the challenges that maybe fans of country music or fans of any genre of music, but especially country, see you as an artist kind of out there on stage and doing your thing and stage presence performing, but the work that goes on behind the scenes that fans don't see. Talk about some of those challenges.
Yeah, the fans, they love the shows, and that is our goal. We want everyone to love the shows, but they don't know how much, even singles that we release, they don't know how much work and time and money goes into creating that. And I feel like a lot of people, if you post something on social media and they love it, like they want it out tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I feel like you kind of lose some momentum from the fans when you don't have it out the next day. But they just don't understand. It's a very long process, and it's not always easy, but I I'm so grateful for my fans and just getting the opportunity to create music. But also, I feel like moving here, one of the biggest challenges was just finding genuine people. I feel like it's such a big industry and everyone is after the number one or their Opry debut, and they will push aside anyone to get there. And I feel like finding those true friends, it took me 3 years to meet, like, I keep saying Kaylin Robertson, she's one of my best friends, to meet her and just know that, like, she was one of the people that I'd been praying to meet. Just very genuine, very humble, very talented. But for the longest time, I was so homesick and just lonely because I did not know who to trust. And I feel like that was one of the biggest challenges in this industry. But trying to think of any others. Definitely you had a good point with the shows that, and it took me back to TikTok, because anytime I post on TikTok, people will be commenting like, "Oh, we need this now," and then like they'll comment on other videos being like, "Where's that song?" And I'm like, it's not done yet.
It's not done.
But yeah, it's a challenge. Being independent is also very hard because it's financially challenging too. So I pray more people can learn that it's a very big process, but we are trying our best out here. We are doing what we can.
That's all you can do, no doubt. You're having fun at what you do. And I will say this, the name is Bailey Taylor, but I found out yesterday too, and I saw on one of your pages. I love just the artistry, the Baytay type nickname for it, or artist name when you're on stage. I think that's creative, and I love how you put that on your social media out there too as well, because I did not know that was actually the nickname. So Nicole told me, and I was like, I like that. It's catchy, and it just has a good feel for it, because every great artist, Reba, and of course, anybody else that's had that one name type of thing, names or shortcut name or whatever, goes on to some superstardom. So Baytay, we may say, nominated for an ACM award coming up, or a CMA award next.
I've been Baytay to my close friends and family since I was probably in first grade.
I love it. No, it's creative. I love it. All right, let's have a little fun. Nashville's has every bit of great restaurants as any other part of the country. What are some of your favorite ones to just try out? So favorite foods?
Oh, I'm the worst person to ask this. I am a Chick-fil-A girl through and through.
Chick-fil-A.
I still haven't even tried Nashville's hot chicken, which
Really?
I think I'm going to have to try that.
You have to. Well, I can tell you what, go to Hattie B's on Broadway. That was where I first tried it this past CRS. I was there. So it was good.
I'll have to try it because everyone rants about it and says how good it is. So I'll definitely need to try that soon.
Go for the medium too. Don't have to mess with anything up above the medium. Don't go mild because you want that right flavor. You're not going to be able to eat it all with the sides. And I got just the tenders. I didn't get that kind of thing, but the tenders were just really good. And I thought they were some of the best chicken. I've got to go try the Prince's, the OG place.
That's the one. My church talks about that like all the time. They put it in the one sermon of how good Prince's is. But
I'll make a judgment on there. I've had Hattie B's that was really good. Now we get to go try the OG, and there's so many of them there. Party Foul's another one. It's crazy.
Yeah, Party Foul's good. I've had them. I do love. There's a little pub down in Green Hills. It's called the Corner Pub. There's one downtown, but it's not as good as the Green Hills one. That's good. It's just bar food, but their hot chicken, my fiance loved. But I love their chicken wraps. They have really good pork sliders. They have a mix of everything. Their Cajun fries. If you go, they're dry rub Cajun fries. So good.
Delicate. It's good for you. I love it. Give me some hobbies away from music. What else do you enjoy doing outside of music?
I love being active. I love going on hikes or just being outside. I do love being outside, rain or shine. I love being outdoors. I work out a lot I feel like it's a good mind clearer, emptier. And then I love being with family and friends, online shopping, which my fiance would rather me not, but yeah, I'm gonna buy hobby. Yeah.
All right. But, I like that. I like that too. I love it too, because I'm just really in with the church. It's a good thing. And I used to love that Vacation Bible School growing up and being involved in that too as well. Meet some of the best people in the church. Yeah. I love it too as well, no matter what faith you practice out there. All right. When you get a little time to watch some shows. What do you like to binge watch? Crime series, horror, whatever series, doesn't matter. Drama. What do you like?
I love crime. I do love drama. I love the Chicago series, like the Chicago PD, Chicago Med, Fire. I've been binge watching SWAT on Netflix, which kind of cheesy, but like all those shows are. But it's a good like time passer show. I fall asleep to it. I love watching that. But Vampire Diaries. Have you seen Vampire Diaries?
I need to check that one out. There are probably little snippets of it here and there from like the preview stuff on there. But I think, is that a Netflix series or is that a Hulu thing?
It was on Netflix. I think it's on Peacock now, honestly.
Peacock? Okay.
I think it got taken off. I know it got taken off of Netflix. I think it's on Peacock.
But it was, yeah, I remember it was being off. So I've seen some episodes of that. But it's got some really intense meanings and show kind of stuff behind it too as well.
Yeah,
so
it's a great show. You really have to pay attention because there's a lot to it and there's like a lot of moving parts, but it's very good.
I like that too as well. Well, I love the song, love her as an artist, and she's going to be doing her thing. Hard Rock Cafe, 11 to 5, June the 6th with Brett Shore Media out there and a good friend, Nicole Zeller. Somewhere along the way, she'll probably be singing that and a whole lot more. And a lot of the songs we've talked about today are available for streaming platforms wherever you guys go download or stream music. We always encourage that. And Baytay online, Bailey Taylor Music, look her up, and I guarantee you'll be hearing from this superstar in the next few years too as well, one of the emerging artists in country music. Right now, that's why we had to have her here on the Backstage Pass. Hey, appreciate you being with us, and I hope to drop by, see you in person, and get out to a show. As soon as the new music comes out, again, new projects, you're always welcome back. Hope you had a great time.
Thank you so much, Brandon. This was so fun. Thank you for having me.
You got it. Bailey Taylor on the Backstage Pass. We're not done. I feel like I'm going to keep just talking for the next few minutes. Tiffany Woy's coming by here in a little bit and put the capper on the fourth show of the day. If you missed anything, Daryl Worley and Pam Tillis came by this morning. Those are already up there. And out, KKTC True Country 99.9 and our friends at HighTideCountry.net. And always the Sports Guys podcast.com, a Grand Slam sports music. We do a little bit of everything at that website too as well. So check it out. And the YouTube channel, the Backstage Pass SG. We'll see you at CMA Fest June 6th to 10th in beautiful Nashville, Tennessee. Get out there, check it out, CMAFest.com, and download the CMA Fest Connect app right now. Check out the lineups and the schedules. We'll see you guys soon. Take care. God bless and happy weekend.